friend like me. If you now want betray, find a friend like me.
Bombe oh, find a friend like me. Bombe Jene oh, find a friend like me. Bombe, find a friend like me. Bombe Jene oh, find a friend like me.
Hey, see bestie, your bestie not sweet like my bestie. Your bestie la bestie, find a friend like me.
I say, see bestie wanting to wealthy. Find a friend like me. I hear them say they want me go, I say
Some of them say they want me go,
I say
Some friends yelling like oh ah oh ah oh oh. Some friends yelling like oh ah oh ah oh ah oh. Some friends yelling like oh ah oh ah oh. Friends yelling like oh ah oh ah oh. Hey, see bestie, your bestie not sweet like my bestie. Your bestie la bestie, find a friend like me.
I say, see bestie wanting to wealthy. Find a friend like me. Okoro. They won't step on my blessing, but God get it breaking, yeah. Okoro. They won't call it my blessing, but God get it breaking, yeah. Okoro.
Friendship, see friendship. Can't see Papa T friendship. And I want no back for friendship. Wangolo, eh, Wango for bestie, Wango for daddy, Wangolo.
I hear them say they want me go, I say I hear them say they want me go, I say
Some friends yelling like oh ah oh ah oh ah oh. Some friends yelling like oh ah oh ah oh ah oh. Some friends yelling like oh ah oh ah oh ah oh. Friends yelling like oh ah oh ah oh ah oh.
Okay, so welcome to the Focal Women Talk here on Wednesday. Every Wednesday we carried out our Focal Women Talk, and I want you to tag along someone to join us on this platform. Let's talk about menstrual hygiene. Of course, yesterday globally we celebrated World Menstrual Hygiene Day, and as we are still in the season of World Menstrual Hygiene celebration, I want you to tag someone. Let's talk about menstruation. Let's have this lovely conversation today. And don't forget, I'm your host for the Focal Women Talk. My name is Gregfina Courage Park. Well, when we are talking about issues relating to women, simply called Courage. So we're gonna take a break. When we get back, right after this 2 minutes break, we will be talking about the bloody conversation as it relates to menstrual hygiene. Please tag along someone and let's talk about this. I would really appreciate that. Make use of the comment section. Of course, I'm leaving you with this song. Find a friend like me. A friend like me is just going to educate you and want the best that you could be or you can ever imagine to become, right? So please stay with me as I will be right back shortly.
Lump.
Find a friend like me. Find a friend like me. If you not want betrayal, find a friend like me. Find a friend like me. Find a friend like me. If you not want betrayal, find a friend like me.
Bombe oh, find a friend like me. Bombe Jene oh, find a friend like me. Find a friend like me. Find a friend like me.
Hey, Your bestie not sweet like my bestie. Your bestie da la la bestie. So hey friend let me.
I say, see bestie, bestie wanting to weffy, find a friend let me. I hear them say they want me go, I say
Some of them say they want me go.
I say
Some friends you la oh ah oh ah oh ah oh. Some friends you la oh ah oh ah oh ah oh. Some friends you la oh ah oh ah oh ah oh. Friends you la oh ah oh ah oh ah oh. Hey, ti bestie, your bestie not sweet like my bestie. Your bestie da la la bestie, so hey friend let me.
I say, see bestie wanting to weffy, find a friend let me.
Okay, folks, welcome back. Welcome back to the Focal Women Talk here with your host. My name is Rekfina Karshkar, and we're going to be discussing menstrual hygiene for today. So, of course, personal hygiene is that special care we take with our bodies, right? So, as it relates to menstrual hygiene is that proper care we take of our bodies during menstruation. So let's take for example, who are people who are part of this whole saga or this whole name, or who are involved into this menstruation process. So those who are involved are strictly women. So women are the ones who experience their period, or women are the ones who menstruate, right? So there are a few things you need to know about menstruation. So for example, menstruation Monday shedding that usually come from our uterus, that is the womb. And menstruation is also known by the terms menses. You hear people saying, "Have you seen your menses?" Most of the older people, those who um, those who were reared by Congo people, or those who were reared with so much discipline. These are people who use the word menses. They will be like, "You saw your menses, you did this, you did that." So menstruation is also known as menses. These are all terms, right? So menstruation period, menstrual cycle, or period. You should understand that menstrual blood is something that is a particular blood that is formed within us. So the issue of menstruation, I want to say from a Christian background, that is a God gift to us as women. God tells us that we we are women. It distinguishes us from men. So because of this because of this flow of blood, we are able to have children. So as a woman, you at that particular age, you should be able to see your period. Someone will ask, by what age you should be able to see your period? So it says that globally they say from 9 years old, but from recent research, they are even saying from 8 years now upwards. You see, should be able to see their menses. You should be a female. That's one. So if you are male and you are seeing your period, I've never seen anything of such before, and I've never heard anything of such before. So yes, that is what that. So um the issue of menstruation is driven by hormones. So as females, we have our hormones in us. The hormones are chemical in our bodies. So the hormones, it plays a major role in our bodies. There's this thing they call the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland in your brain and your ovaries are all part of your reproductive system, and it helps to release certain hormones at certain time during your menstrual cycle. So take for example, what do we call menstrual cycle, right? So, a menstrual cycle is a term to describe the sequence of events that occur in your body as it prepares you, right? It prepares you for the possibility of pregnancy each month. So, without our menstrual cycle, how will we be able to know that we are safe or we are not safe. So literally in our like brainstorm, most of the time you hear people saying, "No, I want period. No, I can't have sex today because if I have sex, I'm gonna get pregnant." Right? So you hear people say these things, and it comes along because we as females we have our menstrual cycle. So there's this question that can be asked at times as well. It says, how long is normal menstrual cycle? So the average length of a menstrual cycle is 28 days. That's why it says biologically. That's why it says the average length of a menstrual cycle is 28 days. But however, a cycle, right? A cycle can range in length from 21 days to about 35 days. And when it happens or when it occurs like that, it's still normal. So, and as suppose say my cycle, not 28 days, my cycle is around 35 years, it's around 35, 21 to 35. It is still normal, right? So, how many days between period is normal? There's this question that is usually asked: how many days between my period is normal? So, the days between your period or the days between your period, your menstrual period length is the average length cycle lasts for 28 days. Get that straight. But cycle lasting as little as 21 day or as long as 35 can be normal. Like I said, that's one thing you should take from here today. That if your cycle is for 28 days, it's normal. If it goes 21 to 35 days, it's still normal. So that's one thing we should all know. So another question is, how long does a normal period last? So yesterday I had a chance to talk to young people and I said our bodies are different. What will work for me or what will happen with my body will not happen to Sarah's body, right? So this question came about. So there are some people who see their period for like 3 days, and there are some people who see their period for like 7 days or let's say 5 days, right? So whatever the case is, we have people who have longer periods and we have people who have shorter periods. Meaning your period lasts for 3 days. There are some people who their period can just last for 3 days. That is maybe from the fifth to the eighth, five, six, seven, sorry. From the fifth to the seventh, that period they are done. The last 2 days is just that ending flow that we see and know we are done. Right. So they have people who their period go for 7 days. So that is something that we should all know that it is normal as well. So the issue of how long your period go or how long your period can last for is between 3 and 7 days. So another question is a 3 day period normal? Yes, a 3 day period is normal. A period is normal if, listen, a period is normal if it is anywhere between 3 and 7 days. Why on the shorter end of the range, some people have measured period for 3 days. This is okay. So forget about, oh, my friend can see my period for 7 days or for 5 days, and I'm just seeing my period for 3 days. Is quite normal. It's quite normal. So that is something that we all should know. So like I said, menstruation have to do with it's driven by our hormones that is in our body, and these hormones plays a major role as it relates to carrying chemical, right? So the hormones are chemical messengers within our bodies. So we have this thing they call the pituitary gland, right? And it's in our brain and your ovaries. These two things plays a major role, and they are also part of your reproductive system. So these things are significant as it relates to our menstrual cycle. That's one thing. So we would like to know for our first leader. The question would be, um, what are some of the symptoms? These are questions people ask, right? What are some of the symptoms? How do you know that you are coming to see your period? So there's this thing we should be able to sense from ourselves. once you are a female, before you can see your period, there are certain things you should be able to sense from yourself as it relates to your body changes, right? So the first thing you need to do is the first thing you understand is you sometimes experience serious headache. So we have people in the comment section. Let me try to read your comments. Raphael George Kamara watching from Kirishi, thank you for joining us. Hi, I am from Facebook supporting. This is an important message. Okay, thank you, Saha Moha and Samilia Ketulu Jr. I'm watching from Dixville Junction. So we have a lot of males watching us. And we want to say thank you for joining the bloody conversation this afternoon. So there are symptoms when you are about to see your period. So like I said, it comes along with changes in your body. Sometimes you experience acne. That's why we call pimples, or you can say boom boom. Look at the boom on your face. Like the boom, you jack on your face, then you go back. So it's normal when you see these things, they are normal. You experience it, you experience breast tenderness. When they talk about breast tenderness, the your breast is not actually looking the way it is usually formed also. So breast tenderness, sometimes your breast get bigger, it gets heavier, and you see there's a change in your breast. Sometimes the nipples, your titty nipples or your breast nipples, it changes a lot. Your titties look full and shining. So these are all symptoms, or these are all signs that tells you you are ready or your period is about to come, right? Another thing again, some people experience serious back pain. It's normal at times, and then we experience serious stomach pain. Sometimes we have bloating. We have people who, yeah, sometimes because of their resistance, they try to chew up, or you experience acne all on your skin. Sometimes you experience short headache. So these are all things that happen to people. So when you are seeing these things, it's a regular one. But someone will ask, consider as an irregular period. So before we dive into that conversation, I'm going to take a short break. I encourage you, if you are watching us, kindly share our live stream so that we have more people participating in this lovely conversation. Because I'm going to be right back shortly. Thank you so much for joining us.
Lum.
Fire friend like me, fire friend like me. If you not want betrayal, fire friend like me, fire friend like me, fire friend like me. If you not want betrayal, fire friend like me.
Bombe oh, fire friend let me. Bombe jene oh, fire friend let me. Fire friend let me. Fire friend let me.
Hey, see bestie, the bestie not sweet like my bestie. The bestie la bestie, fire friend like me.
I say, see bestie wanting to wealthy. Fire friend let me. Alien say they want me go, I say
Some of them say they want me go,
I say
Some French là, oh ah, oh ah, oh ah, oh. Some French là, oh ah, oh ah, oh ah, oh. Some French là, oh ah, oh ah, oh ah, oh. French là, oh ah, oh ah, oh ah, oh. Hey, ti bestie, your bestie not sweet like my bestie. Your bestie la bestie, fire friend like me.
I say, see bestie wanting to wealthy. Fire friend let me. Okoro, 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 okoro. They won't step on my blessing, but God get it breaking, yeah. Okoro. They won't call it my blessing, but God get it breaking, yeah.
girl by my bestie. Your bestie, la bestie. Find a friend like me.
I say, see bestie, wanting to weffy, want you, my lonely, find a friend like me.
DJ Young T.
You got money like Johnny. You funny.
Okay, thank you, folks. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. So, what is considered as an irregular period? So, your period is irregular when your period occurs less than 21 days or more than 35 days apart. Then you know that your period is irregular. So, you go directly to a doctor, you go to a hospital and meet a doctor. Specifically, you could meet a gynecologist and discuss that. So another problem is not having a period for 3 months or 90 days. Some of us have made up our minds to like get on contraceptive or family planning, whatever it is. But if you realize that you are not on family planning or one of these precautionary measure and you are not having a period for 3 months or 90 days, it's good that you go to the hospital and get to know to a checkup, what is happening with your body. So menstrual flow that much heavier or lighter than usual is another problem for you. So you and I know how it is when we are on our period. So for a woman, if you notice that your period is more heavier than the way it's usually looks like or the way it used to be, then you probably go at the hospital because bleeding heavier is not a good thing for us. So if it is even much lighter, you have to go to the hospital because it could be. I said lighter. I didn't say less, right? So if it's much lighter, then you need to go to the hospital as well to know what's happening. So period bleeding that lasts longer than 7 days. If your period lasts longer than 7 days, meaning from the first to the seven, and after the seven you keep bleeding. No, it's not normal. It's an irregular period. It's considered as an irregular period, so you have to go to the hospital. So bleeding or spotting that happens between periods. So you have some people who will bleed in between of their periods, or they will have some spots. When you talk about spotting, just small blood. It's not like the usual way our period looks like. So you have to go to the hospital. So it's another question is how much should I bleed during my period? So this is not actually specific because we are different, but you can expect to lose between 2 and 3 tablespoons of blood during your period. That is the actual measurement. You should be able to expect to lose between 2 and 3 tablespoons of blood during your period. And some signs of irregular period bleeding are bleeding through a tampon or pad every 1 or 2 hours. So like yeah, it's irregular because you are somebody who you can change pad, but for they can change 6 pad. No. So if you see like you usually use 3 pad or 4 pad in a day if you are on a period and that particular day you go you see that you bled and you use up to 6 pad, it's not normal. And you notice that you have to go to the hospital, it's irregular. So these are another sign to tell you that your period is irregular. Passing blood clots larger than a quarter. So we all know what is a quarter, right? So if your blood clot, right, we have some blood clot when we are on our period. So if it is very bigger and larger than a quarter, then it means something is wrong somewhere. You need to immediately go to the hospital to meet a doctor. So bleeding longer than 7 days each time you have your period. Each time you have your period, bleeding longer than 7 days, you need to go to the hospital because it's not normal. So how do I check my period? How do I check my period? It's a good idea to be aware of your menstrual period, right? So they have this app tracker and it's called Flow. Another one is called the period tracker. So some of us who have our phones, sometimes we just don't need to be so involved into the fast. It's good though if you want to, you have your right, but sometimes let's look for things that are educative. The app is called Flow, Flow. and they have the period tracker. It varies because of your phone. So if you are using an iPhone, you will see something like a chicken feather, and it's captured with pink around it. That is flow for you. If you are using the Android phone, partly it's going to look different, but it's a period as well. So you can use that. So all it does, right? It tells you when are you safe, when you are unsafe. It tells you if there's a slight difference in your period, if your period is irregular or not. It helps you. So that app is just programmed, and it helps a whole lot because a lot of young people nowadays in our country don't know how to they have now come to a point of understanding that menstrual cycle one. They don't even know how to do the calculation. They don't even know their period length. So it's good whether their period is 28 days, whether it's between 21 to 35 days, they are lost about it. So it's good enough that you can download this app called Flow or the period tracker, and it helps you a whole lot to be able to track your period to know what is happening. So tracking your period could also be very helpful. Another thing you could do is once you understand the menstrual cycle and once you understand the calculation, whenever you're seeing your period from the first day you see your period to the last day, you keep track of it and do the needful calculation. So with this, it helps you that you will not be able to get pregnant. You'll know what is safe for you, what is unsafe for you, right? So to track your period, what you can do is mark the first day of your period on a calendar with an X. You can use whatever to describe it or to mark it as day one, right? So continue to mark each day you are bleeding with an X. So stop marking when your bleeding stops. So that shows that you started from this and you ended with this. So when your bleeding start again, you can be able to mark it for another day. So you can also be able to count the number of days or the number of days between each first X to get the length of your cycle. Count the number of X to see how many days bleeding lasted for. So it's important. So when should I worry about my period? You should worry about your period and you should contact a healthcare provider as soon as possible. And that's why I would say that thing like bro, yes, it is. It's hard because um we don't have numbers to just call and say, oh, there's an emergency to call healthcare workers. No, it does not work here, right? But you should be able to go to the hospital immediately. When should I worry about my period? So you should be able to worry about your period when you are at age 16 and you are not seeing your period. So for example, if I'm 16 years, this year I'm turning 16, or I'm 16 already and my birthday is October, I should be turning 17. And I'm in August or I'm in September and I have not seen my period, and my birthday comes, it passed, I should still be able to see a healthcare provider when I've not yet seen my period, because that's the last rate where, or the last age where you should be able to see your period. So if you don't get your period for 3 months or longer, like I said earlier, you should go and see a healthcare provider. You are suddenly bleeding for more days than usual, you should go ahead and see your healthcare provider. You are bleeding much lighter or much heavier than usual, go ahead and see your healthcare provider. If you have severe pain during your period, the pain is unbearable, it's not stopping for certain length of time, it's just on, you can't do nothing, please go ahead and see your healthcare provider. You feel sick after using tampons, right? So tampon is another thing, is another menstrual stuff we use during menstruation, but it left with you if you feel comfortable to use it. So these are all simple things we should be able to do. And you think you might be pregnant, for example, you had sex and your period is at least 5 days late, you should go ahead and see a healthcare provider. That is prudent enough for you to do. So, as a person or as a journey just come into this issue of menstruation, please, menstrual hygiene is very important for you. You should be able to change your pad as often as you can. Once you feel uncomfortable, go ahead and change your pad. When you go to the bathroom, please change your pad. Make sure you keep your surrounding clean. Even your underclothes you are wearing or you are using while on your period should be very clean. You should be able to keep yourself clean. Body odors matters a whole lot. Normally, we are females when we sweat, we have stains also. So you should be able to take. You should be able to take proper care of your bodies. You be able to wash your clothes, be able to take care of your parts. If you are done with your menstrual pad, please don't throw it all over for every hearing or Sarah who entered that room to know that you're on your period. There are some young people who do that, and it's totally wrong. So when you are on your period, you are done with your pad. Make sure you wrap your pad or put it in a plastic and throw it away. Dispose your pad to an area where it is secure. Nobody will not go there and check or see it lying down, or you just take your pad, you chunk it because yeah, if you use it, so you chunk it. No. That's not how it works. So you have to take that into consideration. Menstrual hygiene. Wash your hand as often as you can. Take bath. Oh boy, please, if you are on your period, take bath from morning to night. You have to take bath. So when I say from morning to night, usually personal hygiene says we should take bath 3 times a day, or better still, 2 times a day. But if you are on your period, right, please, I beg you, take bath 3 times a day. Change your pad as often as you should be able to change your pad. Once you feel uncomfortable, when your pad is soaked, you know that, right? So you go ahead and change your pad. But don't use one pad for a whole day, please. It's actually wrong. So let us be able to take care of our environment. If the bathroom will even be using, let's make sure our bathroom clean because whatever happens there, we will be affected. So that's the reason why most people when they finish with their period, they tell you that, oh, anytime I feel on my period, I can get infection. It's because you are not taking proper care of yourself when you are on your period. You are not practicing menstrual hygiene. So we have to do that. We have to practice menstrual hygiene. Let's continue to keep our bodies. Let's continue to take care of our bodies because the body that we have, it speaks for us. This is why people see and say, "Oh, can I be your friend?" This is why people see. This is the look we present to people. That's how they kind of engage with us or they draw far from us. So we have to understand all of these things. So, like I said, there are symptoms of getting your period. You have mood changes. Sometimes people can be moody, like they don't want to talk to anybody. Sometimes you have trouble sleeping. Of course, you'll not be able to sleep when you're on your period because you are in and out of pain. Your stomach hurt for some time, subside, and you experience headache. Yes, these are all symptoms. Food craving. Sometimes we crave for a particular food. Bloating, like I said, sometimes when you throw out. Breast tenderness. I was talking to one of my female friends. She said that's the main thing I admire in the whole period thing, the way you can do my breast. I was like, oh wow. At least I mean people are proud of this normal thing that happened to us and biologically this particular thing that happened within our system. So I was kind of I said, oh yeah, that's great. And sometimes we experience aching, we experience acne all over our body. Sometimes it comes on our back, sometimes it comes here on our chest, sometimes it comes on our faces. So when you about to see these things, they show that okay, you are about to have your period. So like I said, let us continue to practice good menstrual hygiene. Let us continue to take bath. Let us continue to change our part. Let us know how to be able to get rid of our part, dispose our part. You cannot take your part after you have used it and just trash it any way you want to trash it. No, you cannot do that. Firstly, the pad, if it has already been used, it has a lot of scents. So you don't just show it anywhere. It's not suitable that everybody know that you're on your period. So what you can do if you are done with your pad, wrap your pad up, put it into a plastic and throw it away. Very safely. Don't go and dash it for it to open. Put it away that when somebody come to your house or when somebody enter your room, nobody will know you on your period. When you use the pad, for example, if you are on your period and you open one pad, The small people that can be on the part or that small plastic, don't show it all over, get rid of them. When you on your period, it mean the whole world got to know you on your period. You are still a normal person, you can be on your period, you do things free there, you can still exercise if you on your period, you can still go to work, you can still go to school. So we will be talking about the taboos of menstruation. This is something that is common in our society, it's common in culture, it's common in even religion. There are some religion that says that if you are on your period, you should eat meal, or you can't do certain things, you have to stay certain place until you are clean, or blah blah blah. These are all things that used to happen before, and it's still occurring now, right? But we are here to say no. A woman can be on her period and she can still cook. A woman can be on her period and she can still go to church. She can still do certain things. She can still sit with men and other women and have a discussion. She can still participate in certain things. So there should be no blockage for a woman just because she on her period. There should be no period discrimination because of this thing that is happening to us. So we are at fault. We shouldn't do this. No, no, no. We need to stop the taboos, stop the stigma. Let us continue to uplift women. This particular thing we go through is not just ordinary. Like you see, ordinary blood. No, it's not just ordinary. It's something that is a pain that we endure. It's a flow that we also embrace, protect, and clean. So it's not just something that you should take and overlook, or better still deny a woman for full participation, deny a woman from doing this, deny a woman from doing that, which is totally wrong. Let's break all of the taboos, let's break all of the stigma. Females, young women, adolescent girls, let's continue to clean our bodies, because of these things that sometimes they observe. I tend to think that this is the reason why they don't want us to cook. That is the reason why they don't want to be bothered with us. You are on your period, for example, your clothes is messed up, your pant is messed up. That doesn't mean that you should go about still moving. The minute your part is messed up, you get a sign or signal. You go ahead and change your clothes, wash your clothes, and hang them up, and look clean again. So we too we have to continue to practice menstrual hygiene, because the issue of blood flow, of the blood that we shed, right, every month, is not just something that should be like, it's not just something that is convenient for everyone to see. It's not convenient. Like, not everybody want to see your blood. Not all of the males will want to see a woman who is on her period, or even want to see part dashing around, or she not being clean or so. So we have to continue to maintain our menstrual hygiene practices and continue to be proud of our body. This is me. I bleed, and I'm happy that I bleed, because it tells me that I'm a fertile person and I'm going to give birth to a child. So because of this blood that we share every month, it bring people into this world. It bring all of us into this world. So that's how important our menstruation is. That's how important the issue of menstruation is. That's how important our menses is. So let's continue to our menstrual hygiene. Let's continue to have a free and safe environment when we are on our period. This is the main thing we want all of the schools, that is our focus point. We want each and every school to have pads available for girls, so that when girls are on their period, they will not have to go home if their clothes are messed up, or they will not have to stay in the class, don't want to wake up for everybody laugh at them. Once you know your period is coming, it's an emergency one, or it comes abruptly, you just walk to the office, go and get a pad, change your pad, and come back in class. Or better say, you not miss your test just because your period coming, you go to your course and just to go change pad if you are living distances. So this is why this is like a project that we want to really, really initiate, that each campus within District 13 can have um a particular pad for girls that they will be able to use whenever they are on a period and they are caught up on campus. So we want to say thank you so much to all of you for joining us. We have gone 35 minutes. My name is Courage Parr, and like I said, I'm going to be here on Focal Women Talk every Wednesday to talk about these interesting issues. Please stay with me as I'm going to be filling you in every time I have the chance to talk about these important things. Bye bye. This is how I leave you. Thanks to all of our viewers, Raphael, Samilia, Kesulu, and Hindo Brunel. Thanks to all of you. What a nice song watching from ERW Hospital. Thanks for the broadcast. I'm Valerie. Thanks to you as well. Thanks to all of you for joining us today. This is my way of appreciating you guys so much for the efforts being made on this platform called the Focal Women Talk. Bye bye. I love you, and I'm gonna be right back next week with another interesting topic. Thank you.
I don't know about you, but I'm always feeling good when it comes to conversation relating to women. So every Wednesday, we air out our women conversation on the Focal Women Talk. And of course, I am your presenter and your host, Craig Finan Courage Pa. I love to be called Courage. I'm encouraging you, so please join this platform on Focal Online TV, where we discuss issues concerning women. We talk about health issues, we talk about career issues, we talk about those challenging things we face in our daily lives as women. Please do not be deterred because you are not a woman at a particular age. Be reminded you can be a girl, you can be a teenager, you can be a woman, and you can still join this conversation. Please join me every Wednesday at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. where I drill you through with an interesting conversation relating to us women. So please stay with me on Focal Online TV, where we bring you innovation to broadcasting. Thanks for watching. I am your host, Greg Finansipa, saying have a